quote this morning, if you do what you always did, you get what you always got. Alright. What is this? Alright, it's not just coffee, it's an espresso, really good. What's this? Apple and iTunes. What do they have in common? Innovation, yeah, right. Okay, I'm an innovation consultant. I speak for thousands and thousands of people. A lot of people interview me. And then they ask, what, Mr. Vullings, what's the most innovative company? And then I say, every company that is still alive today is innovative. Because somehow they figure out to adapt and they're not dead yet. So of course these guys are innovative. But also the supplier of this chair is innovative. No, what's the uniqueness?
Business model.
The business model, yes. And it's a closed ecosystem that these two companies have thought of. And that's the interesting part. Because you can only have Nespresso coffee if you have these little cups. And you can only have music via iTunes if you have an account there with a credit card and the whole stuff. So both are closed ecosystems. So if you have an iPhone and an iPad and those kind of things, you will think again before you move to Samsung. Because all your investments, all your apps and everything is in that system. It's a lock-in situation. Make a mental note. How can we make Hager's products a lock-in situation? Guess you're already doing that with all kinds of strange adapters that the competition cannot link to and everything. Very smart. Another, let's say, overview of business model innovation. How can air travel be free, ladies and gentlemen? Like Ryanair and those kind of things. Because it's virtually free. For $20 you can fly from London to Barcelona. But actually it doesn't cost $20, it costs $70. How do they make up for that? They make up for that by advertising per passenger and subsidizing with more expensive flight, credit card handling fees, and the most important one is extra baggage. Everybody forgets their extra luggage and they pay hefty fees. And with this model, they're able to lure people in for a lower price, but at the end of the day actually end up paying just as much as a normal, let's say, old-fashioned high-quality airliner. Very smart business model. And now one more. In India, and that's great because India is an open market, you can implement new telephone poles with the latest technology and those kind of things. Actually, I have better 3G connection in the whole of India than I have in Holland. So that's something, because we're still writing off the old telephone mods in Holland, but in India we have new infrastructure. So that's a greenfield approach. And this is a prepay service. You have a small down payment for a village that helps to install solar panels. This way they actually feel the demand. If there's enough demand, you can roll out your plans. A very smart way to check if a prepay option is valid. And then lastly, also relevant for your business, Alexander Graham Bell, Thomas Edison and the Wright brothers all died pretty poor. What do we call them? The innovators. They're our heroes. The problem with our heroes is they're on the front end of innovation. So you normally get killed. At least a few people who tried before the Wright brothers to fly, they literally got killed. So who actually makes the money? That's the business people. So the question is, what business are you really in? What is your new business? Is that really thinking of great new appliances? Or, like Apple does, because Apple doesn't really invent that much new, they just repackage in a way better format. And then it comes down to business models, because sometimes your customers will just complain. I don't know if you still know this. There's a concept called the Yellow Pages. It's a big book full of telephone numbers. And they actually are still alive. And here someone has just written a letter like, there's a big stack of these unclaimable things, not really eco-friendly. Please stop killing trees and get a new business model. I think that's a really good one. Now, make any kind of mental note. Feel free to use your beer coaster for that. And then I'll show you a short movie to illustrate a very good business model. Outsourcing the cost model and getting the revenues yourself.